Glorious! Hey, it's Wrestling Hero Figs, NXT TakeOver, Target exclusive, Bobby Roode. For sure the best figure in the set, I will say that, there's no doubt. But is it really glorious though, right? I mean, when we saw prototype images, there was a lot of questions, because he was definitely missing something, right? He's missing the robe. The man is missing his robe, right? Where did he leave it? Did he leave it in the locker room? Did he just forget to pack it in his bag? I don't know. I will say this, we should get that for sure. There's no doubt. I've already looked into it. He should be coming with the robe for the Epic entrance crates. Sorry. He's going to be one of the next upcoming elites in the entrance crates line. So don't worry. It will be coming here in the near future. But for now, the reason, at least for me, because I mean, technically, I already did have a custom figure. And we are going to compare it. For me, the main reason why I wanted this is because of that belt right there. We're getting that NXT belt. That brand new style. That is just, wow. Let's get it out. We got to take a look at the belt. We got to take a look at Bobby, and we got to compare it. We got to compare it to the old body. We'll see, because for me, I did use a different formula. I'm pretty sure that the formula that they went with, let's get it out, because that's the only way we're going to find out, right? These boxes to get out, what you got to do, I figured it out. So the reason why it doesn't come out right away is because right there, if you look right there, it always catches the corner of that. So you got to kind of squeeze it a little bit, squeeze and pull out, and it'll come out just like butter. Come on. You got to do it to both sides though, because both sides have that same, it's not an issue, but pretty unique in its own way. I know you've seen the style of these boxes. I mean, this is crazy. This is just really creative by Mattel. The creators of the boxes, the mint on card guys, they got to be mint on card collectors in order to come out with something like this. Look at that. Bobby Roode, pretty awesome. Here's the man, here's the figure. And okay, the one thing, and I know I've already talked about this in the past, let's get the belt on. First, let's take a look at the accessory, and then we'll take a look at the glorious one. There you go. I'm not even gonna use a knife for that. It's more fun. It's more fun to force it out. There's the belt. There is the belt. Drop a like if you're definitely enjoying this new style. The old one was nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, but this is definitely creative. This is definitely like unique from any other belt that we've seen with WWE. Right there, the outside plates, it's got a WWE logo, and it's got a little pointy arrows facing outward, so that's pretty sick. The design, it is almost octagon shaped. I mean, at the bottom, it definitely does change right there, so it's not like a full-on octagon, but that is cool. The straps right there, it is using the long strap design. It is plates also. Really, really nice belt. Such a great, geez, like, this is definitely one belt that I wanted to add to, I feel, and I could be wrong, but we'll find out when we do that belt collection. I believe this is the missing link, the missing piece to have, like, all of the belts. So let's put them on him, because we're going to do a review. We gotta compare it to the old custom, right? This is, so the body, like I was talking about, they went with Apollo Crews, and I'm not bashing on it. I actually do like the style of it, because he's definitely built like the man. But the thing is like, okay, see, when I made my custom, I knew that there was an issue with it right off the bat. The head scan. So it is using the exact same head scan as the previous basic, because again, we've gotten them in the basic line, and that's where I got the head scan from. They didn't swap out the peg, and that's one thing I had to do with my custom. I had to swap out the peg right away. Do you see how the new Elite head scan is just sitting really low? I mean, if you do have the old basic, you could easily just swap it out, because I'm pretty sure they didn't. They just probably went with the same Apollo Crews neck peg. I mean, that's, again, if you want to get crazy with it, and you want to, if you don't want him looking like this, because the man, like, come on. Like, is he shrugging? What's going on? I'm not bashing on it. I'm sorry. I think that had they swapped out the neck peg, I think it would have just come out more clear. For me, I think it was, the stunt devil, Damien Mizdow. This man right here, a lot of accomplishments so far. I mean, and here's the thing too, the one thing is that I went with the white attire. This was that very first WWE debut that he wore. What was it? I think it was, yeah, Dolph Ziggler, right? So there's the man has captured the NXT belt. He's captured the US, but is the WWE title? I'm going to leave that up to you guys. I'll let you guys drop that in the comment section. Here's the body. Again, this is Apollo Crews. The arms right here, I think Apollo Crews also had this same style of arms. It's the John Cena arms. It is like that nice build to it. It's got like, it's the darker skin. It's like a shaded, it's like almost like a mist skin tone right there on the front. It says Roode. On the back right there, it says glorious, right? So, sir, this figure, this Elite, you would have been glorious had you come with the robe. Come on, like, How? Why? Like, next time, don't forget it, man. You got to make sure you pack. That's a definitely important thing. I mean, after all, it's part of your entrance gear. The knee pads right there, it's got the same style. And it doesn't have the pattern. Okay, so for me, I went crazy with it. And I also think that they should definitely be longer knee pads. He might have worn smaller ones when he was NXT, but as of like right now, so there is a pattern to his design. It's not just like scattered throughout. That's like what they did with here is that they just went with a bunch of lines going down. So the way that the pattern works, and again, I was going based on Google Images, it works, it's like a center, and then it works its way into the middle to the center piece right there. So, geez. Oh man, like, I think if they, like, whoever's doing like the designs of these, because Mattel does seem to do this a lot, and I'm sorry I'm getting picky with it, but like, come on, like, just use Google Images. You use Google Images, you'll be all right. So knee pad right there, it is open knee pad design. I'm telling you, it should be longer. If I were to rank this, the head scan, I think this is mainly what's taken away from it. I would definitely give it a solid 7 for sure. Swap out your neck peg on it, and you'll definitely get a solid, I'll give it a 9. Definitely pretty close to a 10. The other point that you're missing is, you're missing your robe, dude. Come on. Until next time, everybody.